It's time for another tech tip. So in my last video, I actually used one of those little YouTube cards and I put a poll in and one person responded. I figured that's all the excuse I really need to make another video. So here you go. This video is related to the poll. Now, what was the poll? Let me remind you.
I do it for them, but since this is for me and only me, or it's for you and only you if you happen to be following along, you can just create all this stuff manually. If anybody's interested and really would like to see how those extra steps can be done to create the folders automatically, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
So our next shortcut is a really simple one, but it's not really a full shortcut. This is actually more along the lines of a snippet, and it's a snippet that you can use inside of other shortcuts. You can either start your shortcut with the snippet, or you can use tools like merge cuts, which is a shortcut out there. I'll link it in the description, where you can then build your shortcut and then add in little snippets later on. So just things to keep in mind. All right, so here we go. New shortcut. Simple basic steps. We're going to use an if statement from the scripting. And then we're going to, once we have that in, we're going to do a check. We're going to check for a get file. And we're going to look for a simple file. We're going to make it into a folder called test. And we're going to look for a file called firstrun.txt. Right? Let's go for that. First run, no, not log. First run. Okay. Simple, straightforward. Don't show the error, don't show the document picker. And we want to check to see if it has any value. If it has a value, then, of course, it's there. If it doesn't have a value, we should create it. All right, so let's do that instead. So if it doesn't have a value, let's create a folder. And we're going to create the folder inside of the shortcuts directory. All right, let's go ahead and pull this up and show our folders, our folder structure right next to this. We'll sort these by kind. That way we can actually see all of them in there, and we see that we go from S to U, so we don't actually have our test folder in there yet already. So here we go. The second we run this, it should create our test folder, and we should see the right side shift. And there we are. All right, now we open up the folder, it's empty. So let's go ahead and put a show alert into the otherwise statement of the if. This basically will say if the folder is there, prompt a little alert, and we'll say, is the folder there and now? So just a kind of a stopping point. All right, but now what we're going to do is use the save file command. And right after the create folder, we want it to actually save a file, because our if statement will constantly still catch because it's looking for the firstrun.txt file. So we need to create a save file, and we will just add a little text box. We'll use the word installed, and we will put that into our save file, and we'll tell it to save it into our test folder with the name firstrun.txt. We run it again, and our firstrun.txt file should magically appear in the folder. Now when we run the shortcut, we should get our prompt saying the folder is there and now. From here, it's your choice what you do next. These couple of just little actions will give you the starting folder and a starting file in order to check if the shortcut has been run once before or not, and allowing you to do all sorts of other things, from saving documents to reading documents, etc. Sky's the limit. Oh, crap. Wrong emoji.